Stephen, why is it that everything that's just been said is made out that we're the crazies? That we're the crazies when we talk about, okay, if you want the like if Peter Dutton was asking for the power to lock you in your house, you would want to know publicly what the methodology was before you were to be locked in your house for not committing a crime.
Well, I think the dilemma that the Victorian government have got is what is a reasonable level. I mean, if you look at New South Wales' success at the moment, it's a number between, say, 10 and 20 a day. And they're playing whack-a-mole and they're doing a good job. And hopefully they keep on top of it. So Victoria needs to get down into that sort of number, I suspect, before it's safe to go there. I think the problem is that we've only got about 10 or 11 days to go and the number's still at 90. And while there is been some substantial drops, and we hope there's going to be some more substantial drops, I think that they'll be very nervous about wanting to put a number on it at the moment because it will not necessarily be achievable. So I think they're actually just being cautious.
Hang on. Sorry, Stephen, I got to ask this question, though. This is not a matter of national security. This is not a wartime situation. The modeling shouldn't be secret. The gateposts and numbers at which people get their freedoms back should not be a secret. Why are they acting like it's a secret? And there's in an envelope somewhere, there's a number that says, oh, if we pull this out, it's under 25, not quite there. No. Why aren't they telling us that?
But why can't they just tell us? Because then we can all sit there and cheer for the number to be 35.
And people on both sides have been horrible at this. Scott Morrison was terrible about this at the start, that they have no actual plan for what success looks like, except for this ridiculous idea of getting to zero, which we saw in New Zealand. It doesn't work. In Queensland, it doesn't work. So what is their number? Why can't Dan Andrews say, what is the number that's going to let Stephen Conroy out of his house?
James, if you've ever got a fact to support your tirades, that'd be a first. Okay, I've never seen the Premier of Victoria say zero is the target. Never.
Well, that's the point.
Well, but so what is the target?
So stop pretending that that's what he said, because it's actually not true.
So what's the target?
So what's the target?
Well, if you look at the commentary, and again, I'm been very critical.
But the commentary is not the Premier. I'm asking the Premier. You know him more than I do.
If I can finish my sentence, the commentary, which I think has been unhelpful from the Chief Medical Officer, because he's actually all over the place like a dog's breakfast, and unfortunately allows misrepresentations of the position, is that it's somewhere between under 20, under 10. So I agree that that's not helpful for it to be as vague as that. But I don't really think there's that much massive a difference between 10 and 20 in terms of a number. The question then becomes, well, is it the community transmission part of it, or do we have more aged care breakouts that are in a known cluster? And so it's under control. So being definitive on a single number is not as simple as James is trying to make out.
Okay, but Cory, you've been very polite while I've had all these other people on. You hop in, mate.
Oh, mate, can I tell you, the real number is this. No one has a clue what they're doing. They didn't admit that the modelling at the start of this whole pandemic was absolutely wrong. It was flawed. It was catastrophic. It was wrong. And they've been wrong at every turn ever since. They were talking 6 weeks ago about elimination strategy, and then they realised that doesn't work. The evidence now is providing that this virus is nowhere near as lethal as it's been made out to be. I mean, it's been identified, in America, all these hundreds of thousands of deaths. Well, only about 6% of them were due to the coronavirus themselves. There was a bloke who was killed on a motorcycle accident who was included as a coronavirus death. It's just insane.
Yeah, correct.
Right, and I was talking to a friend in England just before I came on the show, and she told me that she's been to Dubrovnik and some other, international destination. And this, of course, is a country that was ravaged by this thing. It is so beat up, it is extraordinary. And Dan Andrews, of course, is one of the heavy leftist sort of premiers, has used this to the nth degree, like all power-hungry megalomaniacs do.